Welcome to the Van Jam channel. On this episode we're going to feature part 2 of interesting van builds, especially layouts, designs and stuff like that. If you're thinking about a self-build, then this could be a video for you for ideas. This is based on a Kangoo which is made by Renault, and this is a couple called Richie and Sophie, and I picked up on this one on YouTube and I find this van conversion very interesting. Let's talk you through it as we play the video. Let's go.
So, with such a small van, we were really keen on having the option to cook both inside and outside. Obviously, anytime the weather's nice, it's great to be cooking outside, but we also wanted the option to be able to cook a meal and stay inside if the weather's bad, or we wanted to be a bit more discreet. So we came up with this option to have a pull-out drawer that's got everything contained in it. We've got our propane burner, 2 burners running off propane, which is stored underneath the van. We've got our running water. We've got about 35 litres of fresh water, that would be roughly 10 gallons I think, and about 30 litres of grey water. Fresh water is stored back here, grey water is underneath. If we want to empty the grey water, all we have to do is back up to any dump station and we can open a little release at the bottom. And likewise to fill the fresh water, we've got a fill point under here. We've also got some lighting outside, up here if it's dark, a bit of storage in the door as well as under here, and if it's really buggy outside but we still want to cook, we can put a mosquito net up that comes around the kitchen and keeps inside bug free.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see the tarp over the 2 back doors there, which allows you to cook outdoors.
To cook inside, we just have to remove that cushion and then lift the lid, and here is the kitchen.
Wow, that's a great idea.
The same price, they're still the same butane and the same water. It's electrical. It's actually butane, not propane, because it's more common in Europe. And the butane isn't really under the van, it's inside the car, but it's vented to under the car, so that if it leaks, it's not leaking inside the van. So the water is stored in the drawer, but the butane itself is stored in the van, so that it can be vented properly outside. The drawer is fully removable. We can disconnect the electricity for the tap for the water and the butane hose, and then take everything out if we need to. It's worth mentioning for those of you that are watching from the US or Canada that in Europe it's not so easy to get a van converted and approved. It needs to get checked again. A van without a kitchen is not considered a van, so if you can remove the kitchen, it makes your life a lot easier.
In the UK we don't have such regulations if it's for personal use, but I would recommend getting any installation checked out by a professional.
So it's quite handy to cook like that. We've done it a lot when it was bad weather, and it's not actually too bad with moisture because we have quite a big skylight which we've installed ourselves. It's again, the choice is restricted, so you're not gonna see our usual Bourmar hatch or Lumar hatch that we like so much.
It's flush with the top, so it doesn't cut down on your aerodynamics or stick up, so nobody can see it from standing around the van.
And it can be fully removed as it is currently, so you get to really enjoy the view and have lots of space. So it's quite a nice product actually, we're quite happy with it, and we've been through a winter and it's fine with snow, ice or any of that, so no problem there. Since we're on the roof section, we also have a solar panel on the roof which is 110 watts, and again it's super slim so you can't sit, and the whole goal with this minivan, our micro van, was to be able to travel again stealthy for camping reasons, but also for safety reasons. When it's packed during the day and it's full with our gear, we don't want people to know it's a camper, so from the outside again you can't tell at all it's a camper. It's just a normal van like any plumber or electrician or whatnot. So it's quite handy.
I've got to say, that's an excellent stealth camper van. Well done.
Let's talk now about the table.
We've used the Lagoon mount for our table. It makes it a lot easier to circulate and move about in such a small space. We can move it backwards and forwards, spin it in all directions, move it this way and up and down.
Just spotted the drawer fridge there. That's why the compressor was under the seat before. Excellent saving idea.
The table itself, when it's not in use, it makes up part of the bed at night. So it's multi-purpose in that way. Over on this side, we've made a storage unit. We worked really hard to try and not make it too overbearing, given it's such a small space. In there you can see we've got storage for books. We've got a few open shelves. Some of them are hinged, so we can use these as additional surfaces.
That's another excellent space-saving idea. Well done.
To watch a movie, we can do that. Likewise, when we're cooking, if we've got this open, we can still have another surface up here where we can put a few things. We've got clothes stored in a couple of cubbies here, and we've got additional storage down behind. And that's really good as well because it's hidden. In the front corner here we've got quite a big volume of storage. We can fit sleeping bags, tents, climbing gear, whatever we want in there. Underneath that space, below what you see as the floor level, is actually where in a original Kangoo you would have the footwell for the rear seat passengers. So we've used that space to store a lot of our services, so batteries, propane, fuses and electrical. We've got our compressor for our fridge in that space, and we've also got a safe under there as well, so we can have some secure storage that's hidden underneath floor level. Over on this side we've got some, I guess, more visible, easily accessible storage. There's a few cubbies. We store climbing gear. We've got some outdoor camping chairs and things, ropes, helmets, harnesses, that sort of stuff. We also made this space a full length, so it's open at the front and open behind where Sophie's sitting, and that way in the winter when we want to go skiing we can put a full length of skis through here and not have them in the way too much.
We also have storage here above the cab. Did it ourselves, the sewing. That's where we store all our blankets and sheets and pillows, and even a couple of other things when we don't have the bed. It's just a Velcro, and to make sure more heavy things can stay, we also have those, I guess, slings that maintain things in place. It's quite easy to access, but it's quite nice to have all these bulky things out of the way. Also here, those domes are used for a curtain which is completely blackout, that goes all the way to the ground, and the curtains are also insulated. We have put insulation in between the two layers of fabric, so from the outside, again, it looks quite stealthy. It's dark color, and it feels like a partition wall, and it's really nice to block the light. And here, this is where we store the two additional pieces. That one goes here, and we have the bigger one for the piece that's missing for the bed, also stored and accessible quite easily here. So that's out of the way during the day, but easy to get to.
Those pieces actually clip in place with a couple of magnets, so they store really quickly, but they don't slide around or move when we're driving.
And for those worried about our security, we also have a fire extinguisher here down the driver's seat. For storage, we also have storage in the doors at the rear, so we have storage for spices and tea and oil.
I like the idea of the storage in the doors, especially when it's near the cooking area.
In the
That's
door,
excellent.
It's quite deep.
Another
It
good
goes
one.
all the way to the handle, pretty much. so quite convenient also for bulk food that we put in soft bags in there. And we have also storage here in the wall, which is good for bottles and also laptop and books, things like that. And we have storage in the sliding door where we put some further books. We have also a cover, reflecting cover that we can put in the skylight, which is quite insulated and again provides a good blackout.
So this is the one for our skylight up the top. The curtain at the front has got this stuff inside it, so that makes it a lot warmer on cold nights, and it does make a big difference. We've also got these for the front windows on the hot days to keep the sun out.
And talking about staying warm, the entire van is insulated, of course. We tried a new technique we had not tried before, and we're very happy with the result. It's cork. So the van is full of cork. We have different kind of cork. We have little bits of cork, very small.
It's granules of cork, so they're between 3 and 10 millimeters in size. It's chipped cork, leftovers from producing other products, and it's then heated really hot, and it actually expands kind of like, I guess, popcorn wood or something else, so it becomes even lighter than normal cork, and it becomes resistant to moisture and molds and fungi and all of that sort of stuff.
Moving on to electrical, we have an inverter which is 300 watts pure sinusoid. We have several USB plugs. We have a fridge which is a 12 volt power fridge, which is a drawer. It's here, it's a Dometic fridge. It's 25 liters and it's the CD25 model. It works really well. It fits all we need for a week, basically.
The cutlery drawer above the fridge is another excellent idea. I like that.
So it's been working fantastic for us, and the great pro of this fridge is that the compressor can be relocated sideways. So in our case, the compressor is actually here behind the driver's seat, which enables us to have a unit that is not too deep and bulky to fit in this relatively small space, and it works really well. We have one battery which is roughly 100 amp hours. We have also the possibility to charge while we drive using the normal alternator of the car, and as Richard mentioned, all of that is out of our way. To find out what happens with the solar panel, we have the Victron app, which tells us how much it's charged during the day and also the history of the charge, so we don't need to physically see the device, which means it can be quite hidden, and we're left with a clean space for our own storage. Of course, this changes into a bed, and it takes the full width and the full length. So it is actually longer than any standard European bed, which is normally 2 meters long, and it is roughly the same width as a normal double bed, which is normally 1.4 meter wide, and here we have 1.35 meter wide, so it is really comfortable. The cushions we again have done ourselves. We got 2 types of foam because we didn't want to use too much thickness. Otherwise we don't have any space above our heads. So there is a first foam, which is a good quality foam, and it's topped up with a 2 centimeter memory foam, which works great.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching us. If you want to see some more videos, you can visit our website, which is www.bespoke-creations. You can see there all the photos and videos of our other vans. And if you want a van for yourself, then get in touch. Thanks for watching.